Okay guys, the follower part. I think we have already covered for the leader, and just we need to create some control rigs and implement the follower logic, the follower animation logic. Before we start, let's go and play around. Probably you have already discovered that, see, for example, my left foot is adjusted to this like ramp. If I do the same thing for my right foot, see, it is being adjusted. Actually, what's happening? It's like a black magic. What's happening here? How it works? I will try to explain, and also we will create our IQ system for the follower to hold some hands. So what's happening basically? Let's go to our animation, anim graph. So here we have locomotion, we have main states, we have already put our leader states, and here, as you can see, there's a control rig, and the control rig actually gives the actual result for output pose. If we click, if you see it, it's using some control rig classes which is already there. Let's go and find it in characters, in mannequins. Let's go to rigs and let's go here, see our mannequin basic foot IK. Let's open it. Actually, let's quickly check what's happening here. It looks a bit complicated, and actually that's not that much. So basically it's checking if there's a boolean where you should do IK trace, and if it is true, then it's trying to do a foot trace. Foot trace, basically it tries to get a sphere trace within the Z direction, and it tries to see if it hits something. If it hits something, then it is returning the offset. And then we are setting some offsets variables, and there are some interpolation is going on to find the correct offset value, and then it is modifying some transforms, and then this is the thing, full body IK, and there are some effectors, and then we are getting result. So we will be using the same logic, but our logic is gonna be much easier because we have already know the location and rotation for our hand. Just we need to create this logic. So let's create. I will just copy this basic foot IK directly and I will put it here. Let's call it mannequin holding hands. CR mannequin holding hands. Let's open it. It is the same thing initially. I will put it near to my level to play around. So initially what we need, let's keep this should do IK trace, and I will just change it. Should do actually IK trace. It seems fine. Actually, we can keep it. I will remove almost everything else. Foot trace, we don't need this. Offset targets, offsets, whatever, we don't need any of these. So basically I will just get this one first and I put it directly before execute. So if it is if we are not doing any IK trace, then nothing is gonna happen basically. I will just change it to here, and then I will just delete these comments. Also, we don't need to do these things. Step 4, at interpolated save offsets, also we don't need them. Let's delete. Just we need to have this value and our variables. Okay, also let's go, and if we click it, there's an upgrade node. It will change the correct sequence. Let's also remove this aggregated stuff. Also remove this. Yeah, it is very clean control rig. And then we need to know what we need to do here first. Let's create our variables to use it. For example, the first thing should be hand target position, which will be a vector. And I will click here, variable is not public. I will click here to make it public, and I will need another variable which will be hand target rotation. Or maybe position looks a bit weird. Let's put it location. How did we use it? Actually, it was location, yes. So hand target rotation will be a quaternion. And then do we need something else? I think no. I will also open this. For now we don't need anything. So I will be setting these variables like how we are doing normally in our like animation blueprint, and just I need to set these values. So let's go with the follower states. Let's create a new machine actually. Actually, before doing it, let's play around and let's try to set the correct values first, I think, which will be better. So basically I need to set some bone transforms. There's a set transform method, and I will select it, and I will open this item. I will select a bone. So in my case it will be I key hand L, because I'm changing my left hand. So here it will be global space, there are some values. I will select this and I will change it to transform. I will open it so I can set rotation and the location. So here I will get my location and I will set it here, and I will get my rotation and I will set it here. Basically that's it, and I will execute this command. And then what I need to do, I will do the same thing. I will use full body I key. We need to play around with these values later on, but initially I need to have only one bone to be an effector, because I'm not using like left and right hand together. I'm just using only one hand. So I will remove this bone. I will also right click here and I will remove array element. So I will have only one effector. I will also delete this comment. So here basically it's trying to set foot left as an effector, but for us it should be hand left. And also instead of getting the I key foot left, I need to get I key hand left. And I will get the transform from global space and I will directly set it. And actually that's basically it, I believe. Let's save it and compile this. And let's go to our animation blueprint and let's create a new states for our follower and use the same logic over there. I will do the same thing what we have done for leader. I will go a new state machine and I will call it follower states. And also let's cache the position for new cached position. It's gonna be follower cache pose. And then I will open the follower states. Now I need to define entry. So first I use locomotion main states, leader states, and then the follower state is gonna get the leader cached pose. So I will go here and I will create a new state which will be leader state initially, and this will go to here first. Entry will be will start from leader state. So let's go and open it, and I will click here, get leader cache pose. I will get it, and initially it will be leader cache pose. Let's save it and let's go back. Then I need to get another value for the follower state. The follower state will be holding hand state. And here let's open it. I don't have any animation for it because I need to get the correct values. I need to calculate, I need to use the control rig to evaluate how the animation is gonna look like. So still I will be using the leader cache position, the cache pose, and then I will use the control rig. And the control rig, I will go and click here, I will open, I can select the control rig class, which will be holding hands. CR mannequin holding hands. I can compile, and as you can see, I have some should do IK trace, hand target location, and whatever. I will select all of them because I need all these values, and then the result will be this. Let's compile. And the leader state can go from holding hand state for follower, and then it can go back. Because we didn't define when to go and when to go back, and it is you will get a warning. So let's see. When should I go from leader state to holding hand state? If I am a follower. If I'm a follower, then I will be going to holding hand state as a follower. When to go back from holding hand state to leader state if I am not a follower. And let's compile. Let's go back. And also I will change this duration to 1 second, like however the leader is using, because whenever I came like side by side, it is gonna take 1 second to reach to hold their hands to make it like look better. And also we can play around the curves. We have so many different options to have the transition here. And holding hand state, I will select should do IK trace to true. Why I'm not setting it if I am a follower or not? I can select it, but the thing is, I will try my best to explain why. For example, here in the anim graph, what's happening? I am getting locomotion initially. I am applying main states, and then I am applying leader states, which I am getting from main state, and then I am applying follower states. So when I am applying this follower states, if I am transitioning, this holding hand state should do this transition already. So if I connect this, am I a follower to here should do IK trace, can you guess what happens? If I am in a follower and if I go back from the follower to like I'm not a follower anymore, then what's happening? This is false and I am not evaluating the control rig anymore. So in that sense, it will always return me the normal position of my idle position or whatever I am doing. So in that sense, actually I cannot do the transition for it because it will be immediately, because I'm not a follower anymore, and this control rig is not working, because in my control rig it works with this. Actually we can remove this method overall, but it's better to keep it just to make sure. And if there's a false, and you can just get something, and let's say print, you can print some things about here, and if you compile you can get some values here and debug your thing here in this mini editor, which is really nice. So that's why we need to do the IK trace always, because when I'm transitioning and going back, still I want this control rig to create the output pause. So let's get our hand location and position. I will go to my event graph. So here, actually I can put it a bit down. For example, here I am getting, am I a leader, am I a follower, and actually I can set the positions. I can create a new variable for here in the blueprint. I will say hand target location, and it will be a vector. And let's create one more. It will be hand target rotation, which will be a quaternion. So let's compile, and after I setting this, I already know the context here. Let's get a pin over here, and I will get target info, and then I can set the target hand location to this one, and then target hand rotation to this one. Now actually I know everything what I need for the follower, so I can go to my follower states and to my holding hand state, so I can get this hand target location and I can connect it to it. I can rotation also, I can compile. And then we need to check, because this leader cache, I mean the holding hand state, is never being called for now. Also leader state is not being called. Let's go to our anim graph and let's make this happen, because the output pose is getting from leader cache pose, which should be a follower cache pose. And then I can compile, and now follower states are working, and now initially it is leader cache pose, which is totally fine. Actually, we can go to our level and see how it goes. So I can go to near to that, and actually, as you can see, I am transitioning. I am doing a bit weird things, but I think this is fine. See, this guy is trying to be follower, and as you can see, I am setting the correct hand target location for the follower, and the follower is able to put his hand to somewhere around here. If I jump and see, it is trying to transition from that value to the idle position. Actually, this is working good, because just we need to change some variables here in this like full body I key. We have position and iterations, root behaviors, or whatever. So initially I found out that for this kind of skeleton we can actually exclude some bones. For example, hold spine bones are actually not required, so I will remove the whole spine bones. I will exclude them. Maybe spine 3. Spine 5. And also I think it's better to do it for neck bones. It's also neck 2. Let's compile and save it. Also we can define it allow stretch. Let's see, max angle. Maybe let's put it like 60 something. Let's compile. Let's see how it is like. Actually this is that is something, because it's not getting a very weird positions for now. But the thing is the hand rotation has some problems, but we can fix it. So let's see. Yeah, actually it works nice. So about the hand rotation, let's talk about this hand rotation. If you remember where we are setting it, we are setting it from update from leader. So update from leader, actually it gets the right hand rotation in world space and inverse it with the follower's root bone. And here actually it looks like we need to swap this in y-axis, I think. So let's try to create another quad. Let's say make quad. And here I will just try to find it whatever axis it is. For example, let's multiply it. Multiplying it with means we are actually changing the axis, because they are ordered. So we are like rotating it in x-axis. So let's do with this option. Let's see how it looks like. And still we are getting this flip thing. Let's do with y-axis. Yes, actually this looks way better. Yes. Yeah, actually I think this is totally fine. So if I go there, I'm able to hold the hands. The problem is this only happens with the shoulder bone. As you can see, it is trying to reach the position, and it only happens for the shoulder. Let's try to see whatever, for example, chain depth is 0, for example. We are doing from pelvis. Actually, let's play around with some values to find a better result. For example, we can change the root behavior to free, for example, and in that sense the pelvis is gonna be free. Let's see how it looks like. And see, it is trying to adjust its body to reach my hand, which actually looks a bit nice. And also I will be trying to adjust my body to hold the hands. Yeah, actually that's even better, but actually let's whoa because these spheres are too big too, because for example here they are still trying to hold hands. We can make them a bit smaller to avoid these things, but I think this looks nice for now. Let's go to our control rig and let's see what we can do more. Actually, let's go what we have done. We have created the I key and we have already implemented the follower animation drive logic. Yes. Okay, actually let's take this the last step in a different video to cover like what we can do more, and let's discuss it there.